A number of protests around the state on behalf of OFME against the various Gandhi statues, and he's part of our OFME video program, speaking on the nature of caste and how it oppresses the Indian people and how that is interwoven into the American society. And Jada, would you come and explain why you're standing with Indian people today?
Hello everybody, my name is Jada, and I'm actually not here to talk about Bapu. I'm here to talk about the system that inspired him to be the man that he is. And the man that he is one who will stand up and give up things that we will see as luxuries in favor of things that are necessities. You see, because he's a US citizen, but he didn't care about that. And he was enjoying the California weather, but he gave that up. And he had the choice to eat food, but he chose to let his hunger for humanity outweigh his hunger for food. Bapu Surat Singh Ji has inspired all of us to look down within ourselves and give up a little bit more of ourselves. And I'm glad that we do allow dissent, because I'm going to dissent a little bit against the government that has allowed these killings to go on for far too long and has silenced the voices that step up against it. When we speak out against violence, we get threatened with violence. When we speak about the police disappearings, they get disappeared by police. When we talk about the military invasions, they get invaded by the military again. When Indira Gandhi decided to put a full frontal military attack on the largest Sikh temple, on the busiest day of the biggest Sikh festival, trying to maximize civilian deaths, it inspired her bodyguards to assassinate her. And what they were met with was more violence. And they have taught us that as much as we stand up, they will stomp us down again and again and again. But Bapu has taught us that we will continue to stand up. And we will continue to stand up. And no matter if they take our citizenship from us, no matter if they take our California weather, no matter if they take our food, nothing is going to keep us from chasing justice. When we say justice, we don't mean people being brought to court. What we mean is we want to see Sikhs as being allowed not just to live, but to thrive, to have religious freedom, to be monotheistic, to stand against the Hindutva. We want to stand together. We want to stand together in favor of humanity, not because we believe that Sikhs should be superior. Because I am black, I am not Sikh, and I am not of Indian descent. In this country, the same system, the same Brahminist system that oppresses the Indians oppresses us here. So when Freddie Gray is killed by the police, and then there's impunity, the same thing happens over there. And so Bapu has taught us that we're going to stand the same way. Because the problem is not a death. The problem is not an invasion. The problem is not a temple bombing. The problem is impunity. The problem is that nobody is being brought to justice. The problem is that nobody is being held accountable. So we stand up against that and we say, we're going to remember it. We're going to acknowledge it. We're going to write up resolutions. We're going to get congressmen to stand beside us and say that we acknowledge that these things happened. 1984 happened. 2002 happened. These things in Odisha happened. But the thing is, we're standing here today because we say they're not going to happen again. At least not like they did before. They're not going to get the response that they did. If they do it again, it's going to be met with this. There's no more hands up. In the black community, we had this thing, hands up, don't shoot. There's no more hands up. We stand with fists. We decide to be... We decide to be inspired by Bapu. We decide to be inspired by the Sikhs. We choose to be inspired by your crowns and your beards and your swords. And we stand with you in your fight because we want you to stand with us in ours.